I've taken so many classes in my life, and I want to say that 80% of the time I leave disappointed. But I always just sit there feeling like this class could be so much more. So when I sat down with myself and tried to think what else could you have gotten from it, I started to list down the reasons of why adults take class. And I've come up with 5 reasons, and I think 2 of them are definitely obvious, the 3rd maybe, but the 4th and 5th I feel like are very underrated. So I'm going to share them with you in the hopes that if you're an educator in any way, in a meeting setting, in a classroom setting, in a workshop, in a conference, whatever space you are curating for others to learn and develop their skills, this video is beneficial. I'd love to also hear from you about what you like to focus on as an educator. What are your main goals? What do you intend to achieve every time you're in that position? And I think if instructors and teachers find out all the reasons people take class, they might actually make the effort in hitting some of those points so that their class is that much more memorable, that much more competitive, and people will start recommending it to others. My channel is called Curate, and it's really about engagement. It's about how we engage with our present reality. Whether you are curating your everyday routine, a meeting for your employees, or whether you are an instructor in a classroom, how do you tap into that sitting potential and make that just mundane, everyday moment that much more amplified and memorable for yourself and for other people? So this topic is an extension of that. Right now we're going to look at why do adults take class. Here are the 5 I've come up with so far. The first very obvious one is career change. Some people will take a class because they're looking to do a career change, and they just need to learn the skills in order to be able to do that. They need to add it to their CV and also learn the language, vocabulary, the skill set that you need to help you dip your toes into a new field. That one is simple and logical. The second one is someone might be seeking a promotion or higher qualifications in something they are already a part of. So you just want to get better or add more skills to a field that you're already part of. Also simple, logical. And I think these 2 are what instructors, educators, teachers expect. So that for me is the minimum you can deliver as an educator in a learning experience. The 3rd is for personal growth. I think we have so many people who are lifelong learners, and they just love to learn new things, and they just want to be thrown into all these different realms, and over time pick up a ton of skills, pick up a ton of vocabulary, pick up a ton of experiences as they live, and they just enjoy that experience of learning something new. So in class, most of the time, these educators are experts in their field or have taken a critical perspective of their field. So just by covering the curriculum, they can most likely deliver these first 3 goals: career change, potential for promotion, and learning something new, just by delivering the curriculum. Now, the reasons that barely anyone talks about or addresses are meeting new people. It's so hard to make new friends as an adult. It is so hard. In some places it's easier than others, but generally speaking, from my conversations with a lot of people my age in their 30s, it is so hard to meet new people. So if you've just moved somewhere, or if you just need to spruce up your social life, there's just not that environment where you're around people enough to become friends. And I think a lot of people's solution to that, or one of their ideas for how to meet new people, is by attending a class or joining a club. It's one of the few ways that give you an opportunity to share space with others long enough for you to develop a friendship. Because we lose that once we leave university, once we leave higher education, high school, whatever. We don't have that many more opportunities to share space with others unless you work a job in an office where you have potential friends there. But that's not the case for everyone. A lot of people take class just to meet new people, expand their network, even meet a romantic partner. So if educators could acknowledge and incorporate that goal into their teaching, they would add so much value to the people coming to the class, because it never hurts to make a new friend. Even if it's not your goal, it just never hurts to make a good acquaintance. And your class will be remembered forever, because those people, if they have long-lasting friendships or relationships, they will always know that they met in your class. And when they meet someone who also wants to make new friends, they will recommend it, like something they did that really helped them. So in this case, your job would be just to speed up the process of these strangers becoming familiar. So at least you're comfortable enough to bring yourself to class, be authentic, be open, so you can attract people who are like-minded or like-spirited. And if you're someone who never thought of that as a solution for your social life being stagnant and wanting to spruce it up, check out this video where I dive into how to analyze your social life and develop it in the way it needs developing so that it serves you and it still brings you inspiration. The fifth reason, and the most existential, is getting out of a rut and looking for inspiration. If you've just come out of a bad phase in your life, you might need to throw yourself in an experience like that to just wake you up, get you focused, distract you, whatever. But it's a good solution for getting out of a rut. So, Mr. and Mrs. Professor of Improv, Acting, Writing, stand-up comedy, dancing, please take a moment to just think about these few more reasons that adults take classes, because your class can have that much more impact on a person's life than just relaying a skill. It's just a small change in your perspective with minimal effort that will help people get so much more out of your class. And my next video is going to be about that, about how to engage adults in this educational space and how to tap into the potential that's sitting right there. How to make it more memorable for everyone in the class, including yourself. So if you're interested in that, next week's video is going to be about that kind of engagement. These are the two reasons I find that no one capitalizes on, that no one targets as sometimes the value that will save someone's life, that will forever make your class more memorable than just learning a skill. Can you think of any other reasons that I haven't mentioned? My channel is all about curating engaging experiences on a personal, social, creative, and professional level. So if that's what you're looking for, subscribe to my channel and stick around for more.